Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be testing 7 viral hacks that I have found online and ranking them from best to worst. Guys, I am really excited about this one because I'm always on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, scrolling, and I always come across these viral hacks and I've always wanted to try one but never have. So today what we're going to be doing is testing them and ranking them from best to worst, as I said. Guys, as you can see, we are also back in my makeshift studio. It's been a while since I've been here, but I am glad to be back. But guys, let's jump right into the video and get started on our first hack. Okay guys, so our first viral hack is an orange life hack. So essentially what we're going to be doing is chopping an orange in half and folding it inside out, and we should be getting these little orange bites. So let's get all set up, get ready, and get started on this. We've got our orange, we've got our knife, and we've got our chopping board, guys. So what we have to do is chop the orange in half. So we're going to cut that in half now. And then what we're going to do is we've got the 2 slices here, and we're going to just fold it inside out. And then we should have some orange bites. So it should be easy to pick this out. So the orange life hack, guys, has passed the test. You know, we've got our little orange slices. It's worked. But guys, if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't see myself using this one very often. And the only reason why is it's caused washing up. You know, we've got our knife that I now need to wash up, the chopping board. I think it's just easy to peel off the skin, throw that in the bin, and then you've got your orange slices like that. If I did use this hack in my life, guys, I'd probably use it in like a fruit salad bowl. But apart from that, that is pretty much the only time I would possibly use this hack. In terms of rating it on a scale between 1 and 7, guys, I'm going to leave all ratings towards the end. So we're going to go through each hack first, and then at the end, we'll rate them all individually. Moving on to the next viral hack, guys, we're going to be charging my phone with fruit. So essentially, we're going to have 2 apples, 2 coins, my charging adapter, my charging cable, plugging that into my phone, and then my phone should start charging. Let's see if this one's going to work, guys, because I don't believe it is. At the beginning of the video, guys, they've got 2 apples and started rubbing them together. So we're going to give it a little rub, making sure we're following these instructions. Rubbing the apples together about 10 seconds. So 3, 2, 1. We've given it a little rub. And then what we want to do is we want to poke some holes into the apple. And I've got 2 50p coins going into the apple. As I'm not sure if you can see that, but we've got our 2 50p's in the apple. And then what we want to do is push this into the second apple. The 2 apples are connected by the 2 50p coins. And now we've got apple juice falling everywhere. And now what we're going to be doing is plugging my adapter into one of these apples. I think this side looks good. It's probably going to get ruined, but the adapter is now in the apple, guys. And then we want to put the charging cable in. And let's see if this is going to provide my phone with apple juice. Guys, this hack has not worked. Guys, I've tried inserting the cable different ways, but it doesn't seem to be working at all. This one seems to be a complete fail. It doesn't seem to work. But as you can see, we've got the 2 apples, the 2 coins, my charging adapter, the charging cable running down into my phone, and it is not charging. So this one is a complete fail, and I think I'm going to rank this one very low when it comes to rating them. This next viral hack, guys, is one that I've always wanted to do but never had the opportunity to do it because I don't usually have glass bottles. But essentially, we're going to be taking the top off of a glass bottle using a knife. So I'm really excited to do this one. Let's jump right in. Guys, I have a glass bottle of Coke. I've got a butter knife, and essentially I've just got to hit the neck of the bottle, then hit the lower part of the bottle, and then smack the top. And essentially the top should come off. So let's see if this works. Okay, attempt 1 did not work. Let's try it again. The cap kind of just opened a little bit and wet the table, but we're going to give it another go because it's not opened. The cap hasn't come off. So another attempt. Here we go. Oh! Guys, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think I'm smacking it really hard, but it doesn't seem to come off at all. So attempt number 4. All right, guys, I think I'm going to do one more attempt and then I'm going to leave it as that because it's clearly not opening. I'll try and hit it as hard as I can. I just don't want to smash the bottle. So, well, there we go, guys. I've taken the cap off. I haven't damaged the bottle at all. So I've got me lovely tasting Coke, but I've made it a complete mess. So let me just quickly tidy up and I'll come back to you for the next hack. Okay, guys, that one was quite funny. I've tried to clean up a little bit. I've moved the bottle away, tried to dry the tablecloth as best as I can, but it's still damp and wet. So yeah, guys, that one did eventually pass the test. It took a couple of attempts. I say a couple, it took 5 attempts. But yeah, guys, it did manage to pass in the end where the bottle cap did come off and we didn't actually damage the bottle. So I thought that was really good. The likeliness of me using that in the future, probably not likely because I think I'm just going to get myself in a state where most of my drink is just going to go everywhere again. I'm either going to break the bottle or the bottle is going to do a similar reaction where half my drink is basically gone. We are now going to move on to viral hack number 4, guys, which is putting a corkscrew into an apple, twisting it, and then pulling out the core of the apple. So I'm quite curious to see if this one is going to work. So I'm going to get all set up and I'll come back to you in just a second. We've got a fresh apple, guys. We've got the corkscrew, and essentially what the video said was to stick this on the top of the apple and then you screw this in as far as you can until you can't screw no more, which I've done. As you can see, the corkscrew can't go any further, but I don't believe that's all the way through, guys. I don't think my corkscrew is good enough, but essentially we're going to grab the arms, we're going to pull it down, and then the core is meant to come out, which the core did not come out, guys, but bits of the apple have come off. Basically the top of the apple has just come off. So yeah, guys, I don't think this is good enough. I'll try the other side, see if this one works. This apple's really soft. As you can see, it's in, guys. Pull the arms down and just bits of the top of the apple. It hasn't gone in far enough, guys, to pull out the core. So it's either my corkscrew is really bad or this just doesn't actually work. So yeah, guys, it looks like for me, this one is coming out as a fail. So this one does not pass the test. But now on to the next one. Guys, we've got 3 viral hacks left. And this next one is a can opening hack. Now this lady, she is using 2 Red Bull cans and using one to open the other, only using the bottom of the can. Now the reason she's doing this is she doesn't want to damage her nails. Now the only reason I can see myself doing this is because I can't grab that little, I don't know what the thing's called at the top, I can't think of the name of it, but when you can't get underneath it to grab it, this would probably be a method that I would use to do this. So I'm quite excited to see if this actually is going to work. So let me go grab my 2 cans of Red Bull. I'll be right back. I've got my 2 cans of Red Bull here, my favorite drink of all time. And what I'm going to be doing is using the bottom of the can. Well, that was pretty easy, guys. It hasn't opened all the way. It's got underneath it enough for me to now get a hold of it and finish opening that up. Lovely, cool, best served chilled drink. So the can opening hack, guys, has worked for me, in my opinion. You know, it might be a bit controversial because some people might say that, you know, the top of the can didn't open fully all the way. But for me, you know, there'll be times, as I said, where I can't get underneath of it, and using another can just to pull it up a bit so I can actually get it and do it myself, you know, it's worked for me. Really happy with that. I can possibly see myself using that in the future. So yeah, for me, that has passed. This next hack, guys, is a Coke pouring hack. So normally when you pour a glass of Coke into a cup, there will be a lot of fizz. And this is to defeat the purpose of the fizz, keep the fizz in the bottle and have the actual Coke in the cup. So it'll be quite interesting to see if this actually works. We've got our glass cup, guys, and then we also have Sarah, who I would like to introduce you to, who is willing to participate in this hack. So what we're going to do is we're going to open Sarah up, and then what we want to do is we want to put the cup over the bottle and then essentially flip it, and all the fizz should stay at the top, well, the bottom of the bottle, making it easier for this all to come out into the cup without it fizzing. Guys, for me, this viral hack works and passed the test. I've managed to pour a fizzy drink into a cup without it fizzing up, overflowing, and making a complete mess everywhere. So yeah, it's definitely something I could see myself using in the future. I do want to say a big thank you to Sarah on this one. You know, she's participated in this and it's drained her of all her energy. So yeah, she's going to get some rest. Now, guys, moving on to the 7th and final viral hack, we're going to be doing what this lady calls a tornado vortex. Now, guys, what it is a cup, 2 batteries either side of each other, and then essentially the water will start swirling in the middle of the cup, and you will have sort of a water vortex, which I actually think it should be called. I don't think it should be called a tornado vortex, but yeah, they've gone with the tornado vortex name. I really hope this one works because this one looks like it'd be really cool if it works. But yeah, guys, let's get all set up and ready for this one. Guys, we've got our cup, we've got our water in this water bottle, so it's fresh spring water, and we've got 2 Duracell Simply batteries. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by pouring the water into the cup. We've emptied out the water from the bottle into the cup. Now we're going to have our batteries to go either side of the cup, and then the cup, or the water in the cup, should start swirling around. So I'm going to wait for the water to kind of stop, and I'm going to put a battery on now, and then now it's on the other side. Is it going to work? Guys, it's not working. Am I doing it wrong? Guys, this does not seem to be working at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try it with a smaller cup. 2 batteries either side of the cup. And it's just simply not working. All right, guys, this one is a complete fail. It doesn't seem to be working. And I know I'm not doing it wrong because I've watched the video back. I'm seeing how the lady is holding the batteries. Yeah, the plus side is facing the negative side of the Duracell battery. So they're basically both going the exact same way. I've even tried the opposite way, and I've put both negatives as well, and the cup simply doesn't want to make a water vortex. So yeah, this one for me is a complete fail. Okay, guys, I have completed all 7 viral hacks, and as you can see, most of them did not work. Most of them was complete failures, and some of them did work and could be beneficial in, you know, some people's everyday life. How often I'm going to use these, I don't know, but we'll just have to see over time. But guys, I've got these in an order to rank them from best to worst, or from worst to best, what we'll do is we'll rate on a scale of 1 to 7. So 1 being the best, 7 being the worst. And we're actually going to start off with the worst. And for me, the worst one that's going to hold the crown is the water vortex, or the tornado vortex, as the woman called it. The reason for that, guys, and I think like this one would have been really, really cool if it worked. But it's just simply I poured a bottle of water into a cup, and yeah, there was no need to do that and waste the water. Obviously, I'm not going to waste the water. I'm going to drink it. I've got a lot of drinks, as you can see, to drink. So I'm going to have to down a lot of these, and I'm going to be hopefully well hydrated. But for me, because it didn't do anything, that's got to hold the number 7 spot for me. Now, in number 6 for me is going to be the Apple Charger. Now, this, guys, could even be 7. 6 and 7 are basically the exact same because neither of the two actually worked. I've plugged my charger into an Apple, and I've also plugged two 50p's into two Apples. So yeah, it's a quite interesting one, but it didn't work. So that is for me going to take the number 6 spot. But like I said, number 6, number 7, they're basically the exact same because they just didn't work. Number 5, what's taken the number 5 spot is the Apple and the corkscrew. Now, the reason for that, guys, is because it essentially partially worked. So I don't know if it's because basically my corkscrew just isn't good enough, but it did manage to dig in a little bit and dig out some bit of the core. So maybe if I got a new corkscrew, it could possibly work in the future. But yeah, it's not going to go high because it didn't really work for me. So it didn't pass the test. So it's going to take that number 5 spot. Taking the number 4 spot, guys, is going to be the glass Coke bottle with the knife, where we was essentially smacking it at the neck of the bottle, and then we were smacking it at the bottom of the bottle, and then hitting the, I forgot what these are called, bottle caps. Hitting the bottle cap, come off. The only reason for it is pretty cool, pretty fun to do. You know, it made a mess. It was quite funny. I just don't see myself doing it because I just think it's going to keep making loads of mess, and I'm going to have to clean it up. So it's not something I could see myself doing in the future. It was a lot more fun than doing the corkscrew, the Apple Charger, and the water tornado or tornado vortex. So yeah, for me, really enjoyed that one, but it's not going to take, you know, a higher spot because I just don't see myself doing it again in the future. Taking the number 3 spot, guys, is going to be the Orange Bites. Now, the reason the Orange Bites going to be taking it is as I said earlier, it just makes a mess. I feel like I could just peel the skin off, throw that in the bin, and then I've got my orange slices there, and it will save on washing up. That's why it's going to take the number 3 spot for me. Taking the number 2 spot, guys, is going to be the can opening hack. Now, the reason why the can opening hack is taking the number 2 spot for me, guys, is because I don't see myself going to the shops, purchasing 2 cans just to use 1 can to open the other can. I just see myself purchasing 1 big can of Red Bull. That's going to last me a few hours, and then I'll probably go back to the shops where I know it's been sitting in the fridge, chilled, and purchasing another can there and then. I just don't see myself purchasing a can or 2 cans at the same time to open one another. It's very unlikely I'm going to do that. I mean, it could happen in the future, but it's very unlikely that that's going to happen. It's more likely for me to do that than it is for me to make these Orange Bites. So yeah, that's why it is taking the number 2 spot for me. Guys, with the can opening hack taking the number 2 spot, that only means that Sarah is taking the number 1 spot. Guys, the Coke pouring hack has to be the number 1 for me. And the reason for that, it's just one of those things that out of everything on this table is the most likely I'm going to use. Like I said earlier, it could be used in situations where I'm pouring a fizzy drink and I don't really want to make a mess and have loads of fizz and wait a period of time for that fizz to go down so I can top the cup up again. So yeah, it just has to take the #1 spot for that reason. So guys, I've officially completed all 7 viral hacks and ranked them from best to worst. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see me do more things like this, guys, do let me know down in the comment section below. Any video ideas that you have, just drop it down and I will do my best to try and accommodate. But guys, yeah, that is basically the end of the video. So if you did enjoy, do leave a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. But guys, look after yourself, stay safe as always, and I'll catch you all in the next video.